Hey guys, so I'm going to be talking about Patty Spivot, possible return to Flash Season 9, the final season. If you guys enjoyed the video, click button down below, subscribe for new notifications, sounds get right into the video. So, yesterday was a big day, not in a good way. We learned that the Flash Season 9 will be its last. I've already uploaded a full video about that. If you want to learn more about that news, you can go watch that. I did talk a little bit about Patty, because we did learn something yesterday as well from the actress who played her. A fan said that we should get Chantel, who played Patty in Flash Season 2, back for the final season. It'd be really cool to see. And Chantel agreed, and she'd love to. So I would really like to see Patty. I don't know what the exact role would be, as I said yesterday, but we know that Patty knows Barry's the Flash, right? We know that. We've known that for a while. Unless Crisis changed things to where Patty wouldn't know that Barry's the Flash, which is pretty dumb to do. Because then you have Barry thinking that she knows, and then he reveals himself as the Flash, and then it gets screwed over. But, you know, I would really like Patty to be part of Team Flash. I think that she should have been part of Team Flash from the get-go, even if she wasn't Barry's love interest, which I really wish she was. I really liked Barry and Patty together. I don't really know what it was, but I really liked them as a couple, but, you know, we had to get West Allen, obviously, but you know, it'd be nice to get Patty back for an episode, or even more, honestly, in Season 9. But I think what we have to be looking at is that we're not going to be seeing much like what Arrow did, right? With Arrow, especially in the first episode, we got Tommy back, we got Malcolm, you know, we had the whole, like, first season arc kind of in one episode a little bit. Or it felt like the first episode, or first season feeling, with the theme of it being that. We can't get that in The Flash, right? We can't. There's no possible way they can, unless they involve time travel. And Barry's made pretty damn clear he only does unless he absolutely necessarily needs to. So, you know, this isn't an unexperienced Barry we're dealing with here. This is when he's time traveled before and screwed things up. You know, and we're dealing with 13 episodes. So let's say, like, each episode up to episode 8 of this season, the final season, is like a memorial to each episode, to each season. So episode 1's memorial season 1, somehow. Season 2, you could bring Patty back to the memorial season 2. You could bring Zoom back, which is what Eric Wallace wants to do. In episode 3, you could have somehow, some way, Savitar coming back. You know, or something related to that, where you need to be Savitar's suit again to stop whoever the big bad is. You could have, in season 4, you could have something with DeVoe's chair, having with Seal, which would be annoying, but it'd be nice to see DeVoe's chair again. I know we've seen that a few times recently, but it would be cool to see that again. I mean, in use, at least. Season 5 would be Cicada. I don't know what they could do there. Bring Nora in, just Nora, not Bart, just Nora. I guess that could be in Memorial Season 5. Episode 6, which would be Season 6, it could be Blood Work. Could be an entire episode about blood work. Again, I don't know. Ava, I mean, we could see Ava again. I didn't even think about that. Ava's on our side, right? She's in the Mirrorverse. If Ava wanted to come out of the Mirrorverse just to help see Team Flash again, help out with the case or something, or at least Barry, you know, maybe they're dealing with a new mirror person. God, I hope not, but if it looks that way, maybe they could bring Ava back for that episode 6. I think it'd be done pretty well, because again, her character arc was good until, you know, the whole thing got screwed over, but I think the general idea for that was done well. It just, COVID screwed a lot of things up, especially in back half of season 6, but I wouldn't mind seeing her again. But episode 7 could be the Forces, and we could bring Godspeed back and just have Barry stop him in that episode. Episode 8 could be a lot of things. I mean, God, they got like a ton of things. Could just be Barry dealing with a nuke. Like, he's leveled up, you know, his level of power. I really want to see Barry stop a nuke again. I don't know why, but I am hell-bent. And I want to see this Barry dealing with a nuke. Because in season 4, if you remember, there was an entire 42-minute episode about Barry stopping a nuke. Right? His problem was that he couldn't throw the equivalent of 3 lightning bolts at once. Right? So he needed Jay and Jesse to help him, right? But we've seen Barry throw 3 lightning bolts in season 8. So I really want to see Barry stop a nuke again and just see him just throw 3 lightning bolts at a thing. And the thing is that it would take like 2-minute max. Like, it would be like a side scene. Like, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool to see again. You know, and the last like 4 or so, episode 9 through 13, could be dealing with the end of the show, possibly Barry dying, or on some level something bad happened to Barry, him giving up being the Flash, which would kind of follow the comics with, or at least the Earth Prime comics, I mean the Arrowverse canon comic, where Barry's not really 100% the Flash. He helps out every now and then, but he's not 100% the Flash, you know what I mean? There would be a birthday party episode this year with Barry turning 30 again, because you remember he's Nate. He's 29 now. He de-aged 1 year. Ooh. So Chester in 816, I think it was said that Barry's 29 now instead of 30. So they're going to throw a 30th birthday party. That would be in season 9. I think that'd be a pretty cool episode to do. You know, we've already kind of had a birthday episode. I think it's season 6, or was that for Frost? Was that for Frost? I don't remember. Someone remind me. If you in season 6, in the first half, season 6A, there was a birthday episode, and it was Barry and Iris told Team Flash, Cisco, Frost, and I think Caitlin was there too. That or Ralph, one of the 3. But they were there, and they were telling them about Barry vanishing in Crisis. So it was like, I think it was 604 or something. Maybe 603? I don't remember. I know it wasn't 602, but it was early in season 6. And I remember they were bringing a birthday party. I thought it was for... No, maybe it's for Frost. It might have been for Barry. I don't remember. If someone remembers, let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure it was for Frost, now that I think about it. Whoever. It was for someone on Team Flash. So it wouldn't be the first birthday episode we've had. I think we've had a few others as well, but... You know, it wouldn't be a big episode, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't take up the entire episode for us to celebrate Barry's birthday. But I really do want to see Patty back in season 9. I think she would fit in well for the farewell season. I think it'd be pretty cool to see. And, you know, nonetheless, like, what we are dealing with here is, in fact, a final season. They're wrapping everything up. And I think the 2 most important people we need in this season is Wally and Bloodwork. Well, we do need Bloodwork, because that was teased. But what we do need is Wally and Oliver. Whether that's as a Spectre or, you know, in the afterlife with Barry, I don't know. You know, I mean, Stephen Amell said it a few times that if Eric Wallace asked him to come back, he would like it to be where the series ends with, you know, on some level, Barry dies, he's in the afterlife with Oliver and Felicity, but it's just Barry and Oliver having a drink in a bar. I think that would be hella emotional, and it'd be so cool too, just because it would just like wrap up, it tied back to everything. Like, just that one scene with Barry and Oliver having a drink in a bar. I don't care if that's something in the series finale. That can be in episode 1. I don't care. I just want that, and I will easily make this the best season in the show. I need that in my life. Again, we haven't gotten to like, what, 3 years? God. Like, we need not even that, because we didn't get in Crisis. We got in Elseworld, so technically 4 years, right? I think 4 years ago we had that last bar scene with Bear and Oliver. I think that was the last one. Because in Crisis we definitely didn't get one. Unless I missed one. I know Barry was he was, like, they were, you know, celebrating Oliver and that after they passed. Or no, that was Kara, Sarah, and Kate, I think, right? They were having a drink to celebrate Oliver, remember him or whatever, but Barry wasn't a part of that. But again, We haven't had that in a long time. I think it'd be a really cool comeback. Just see Oliver again would be highly emotional and make this final season really special. But nonetheless, again, this season is different than what Arrow got because we're not open to as many things as Arrow was, right? We don't have a regular season. Neither did Arrow's final season. They went from 22 to 10. The Flash is going from 23 to 18 to 13. And we have 2 stories that need to be concluded in this season, which is the Frost one and the Bloodwork one. And whoever the hell that big bad in the Earth Prime comic was. Because we have no idea who the hell Oliver was there for. Remember? Because he said the Spectre was there to prepare everyone for what's coming. And that would take everyone to stop this guy. Who the hell that is? I'm assuming it's the new Speed Force, the negative Speed Force avatar, because why else would they tease that? You know what I mean? It has to be connected, especially if it's in 2049 where everything else is taking place. Like, it has to be. I don't know what else it could be for that to work. So, whatever the hell is in 2049 right now, whereas Cobalt Blue is just, like, really overpowered to where we need Spectre to come back, because they can't always do things different. Remember that. Yes, this show follows the comics, but most of the time, it goes its own way, and it works. When they do things off the comics, like away from it, it works. It really does. Do they take little tidbits? Yes, and they're really cool. Like in 820, when Barry's sitting down, interacting with the Still Force, that was ripped out of the comics. When Tom Thawne ripped Matt Thawne's face off, that was ripped out of the comics. But instead of it being another Thawne, I think it was Barry's or Wally's. It was some Flash. I don't remember whose it was. But his face got ripped off by Thawne in the comics. And obviously in the show, it was Matt's and Tom's face. But it was still cool to see that they brought that to live action. We're never going to get that again. And even if we do, it's never going to be that good. If you really think about it. Like, nothing will ever come close to what the show has done to bring in the comics to life. Never. You can argue that, but it doesn't mean it'll be true. But, nonetheless, I know they're working on season 9 right now. Filming was starting in September, which is next month. I can't believe it's August already. It doesn't feel like it's August, but nonetheless, like, what we are completely and utterly dealing with is the complete fact that this is the final season. If they want to make it a fan service, they can do that. It's just how, when you bring these characters back, like Meena or Patty or Wally or Oliver or Eddie, or especially if it's not Cobalt Blue, how? You know what I mean? I mean, they managed to bring Eddie back for the Deathstroke arc, and that was completely random. They brought Diggle back completely randomly to wrap up his storyline in A17, but it worked. You know what I mean? We have these storylines that can work with the show if it is done well. They brought Ray back to explain how Mattson was there in 818 or 819, 1 to 2. They brought, no, it was 818 because 819 was part 1 and 2. They brought Black Lightning back in Armageddon. They brought Mia back. They brought, all these characters back, and it all worked. You know what I mean? Speaking of Mia, which I'll probably do another whole video on, frankly, they need to wrap up her story because they've been dragging it out for the past, 3 years. Arrow started, Green Canary didn't get picked up. Flash had a chance to wrap it up, kind of just kept it going. I wouldn't mind, 2 episodes this season for us to see, Barry and Mia just, in the future or going throughout time, and they're trying to find William and bring him back home to 2042 or whatever timeline Mia's from. I know it's 2040 something. I think it was 2042. But I wouldn't mind that. Just an episode or 2 with Barry and Mia traveling through time, trying to find Mia. Could have some fun along the way. Mia wouldn't like that, but Barry would. It'd be cool to see that. Just to bring back Mia what Oliver would honor Oliver. So I think it'd be pretty cool to see nonetheless. So yeah, there's a lot that we can talk about for season 9. Obviously, this will be one of my last videos for the week. I have an Arrow review going up. One time you guys are saying this will be tomorrow. But I might record a Flash video. We'll see, though. Depends how much time I have. I might upload one Sunday. But I don't know, though. We'll find out as it goes. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.